Tonight we're going to be talking about nutrition and supplementation. So I think this is a great opportunity to take a moment and go grab a pen and a piece of paper. I think you're going to want to take notes. There is also the handout. If you didn't see it, we'll be using the handout tonight, and it's also shared in the Life Fuel Community Education group on Facebook. So you can definitely grab that from the Files tab and have that for your reference. What you'll also notice is in that handout or on that handout, there's an opportunity for you to take note of your wish list. So as we're talking about things, on the bottom, you'll see that there's just a little checkbox opportunity where you can check things that you are wanting to add to your monthly wellness box or just wanting to try out. So that's a great, helpful resource for you as well. So I will go ahead and share my screen and we will get started. For tonight, what we're going to start off with is the wellness pyramid that we have seen before. If you're familiar with doTERRA, we will be talking about this a little bit. And what I think is so cool about this, and each of the women that are sharing tonight and talking more about nutrition and supplementation, this is an area that we're all passionate about. And, you know, I think when we're introduced to the area of health and wellness, it's a constant journey and we're constantly improving on this pyramid. No one is perfect by any stretch, but what I love is that we can constantly grow. And we're having a conversation earlier this week where as we get older, the milestones are, oops, we have a few people in the waiting room. Let me just add them in. As we get older, we don't have the exciting milestones of, you know, the weddings are done, the kids are, you know, you've had your kids, all of those exciting milestones are finished, but what do we get to celebrate? Because birthdays don't have the same meaning. But what I think is so cool when we're involved in this world and this community of health and wellness is we get to celebrate that we're feeling even greater. We're feeling more energy as we're aging. We're feeling clearer. Our mental state is clearer. So we have the opportunity to choose, how do we want to age? And do we want to incorporate a lot of processed foods, a lot of chemicals, a lot of toxicity in our environment, toxicity in relationships that drag us down? Or do we want to do things that are going to increase our energy and increase our vitality? So I think this is a really cool model to think about. So what would be cool is if you have your pen and a piece of paper, take a moment for your own resource and score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in each of these areas. Oops, hang on just a second. Let me just score yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. So again, this is for your own accountability, but where are you right now with your eating habits? Are you closer to a 1, meaning you're just eating a lot of takeout, eating a lot of processed foods, or are you closer to a 10? Exercise or movement habits. Are you moving your body? If you are and you're really showing up for yourself the best that you can, score yourself closer to a 10. If you're not doing it where you want, closer to a 1. So you get the point. Rest and management of stress. How well are you reducing toxic load? So one of the things that I think about when it comes to toxic load is your environment. Are there things that you are exposed to, both from a relationship standpoint, but also chemical cleaners, chemicals in your food? What does that look like? Informed self-care. Are you aware of what's going on with your body? So just briefly, I'll share with you, when I was first introduced to doTERRA, I had significant health issues. And whenever I would see a specialist, it was, oh, go on this birth control, go on this antibiotic, go on this, go on this, go on this. And it was just this constant prescription cycle. And I wasn't informed on what was actually happening to my body until I was introduced to this world. And then it started to feel more enticing to start looking into it even more. And then the last thing is proactive medical care. And this is something that in my own life recently, I've been recognizing there's areas where I can be even more proactive. I can be more proactive in my environment. You might have seen my recent conversation around plugging the drains. I'm trying to be even more proactive with environmental things, more proactive with health things. And so are you waiting until something happens and you're being reactive, or are you taking action ahead of time? And if we think about all of the areas where we can do that, there's, we can be proactive with our supplements, which is what tonight is about, or with our nutrition, with our relationships, with our household chores, all of these things. Are we waiting until there's an issue, or are we doing something sooner? And when we look at the food that we're putting into our body, or the supplementation, what's so important is now more than ever, nutrients and nutrients and minerals and vitamins, all of those things that we're needing are less in the soil. It's been overproduced. The soil just doesn't have the same level in it. And so when we talk about nutrition and we talk about supplementation, this is such a cool topic. I think for me and all of the women that will be sharing tonight, being introduced to doTERRA supplements, they go above and beyond to ensure that there's the highest quality so that we can increase the energy in our body, we can increase the vitality, and we can really take care of our body from a root level. We know that the essential oils are phenomenal. There's no questioning that. And if we can give our body the proper fuel to be proactive, then the oils can only work even better because it now has that strong foundation. So I'm going to pass the time over to Elizabeth Crawford, and she's going to get us started with the first few sections of the vitamins.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Crawford, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach, and I just wanted to also say, good for you guys showing up at 8 o'clock tonight. It's middle of the week. We might have that midweek slump, and maybe you had a busy day, and I just think it's really great that you're showing up for yourself and for your health. So welcome. I am really excited to talk to you about this topic. This is right up my alley. So just to get it kicked off, we will talk about Terrazyme and PB Assist, and PB Assist Junior for children. This is an area that directly impacts the health of your digestive system. And if you're looking at that wellness pyramid, it's no surprise that the base of it, or the foundation of it, is gastrointestinal health. It's eating right, it's taking care of your gut. And these two supplements are really key. Excuse me. I just had everything bagel spice on my dinner, and now I'm like super thirsty. I went a little overboard with it. All right, so two things that we hear about with the gut are intestinal permeability or leaky gut syndrome. We hear that a lot, and then we're like, what the hell does that even mean? And then gut health. So what's going on with your gut? What's going on with probiotics? All that stuff. So I want to address intestinal permeability first. That's that leaky gut syndrome that we always hear about. And I want to explain a little bit of what that is. So our digestive system, it has acid in it, right? We have gastric acid that's meant to break down food. So let's take protein, for example. It breaks it down into amino acids. If we don't have enough of that acid in our stomach, or the acid isn't strong enough, eventually that protein will get passed from the stomach into the small intestine without being fully broken down into amino acids. Now, if that happens once in a while, it's probably not a big deal, but if it's chronic, because your stomach or your small intestine isn't meant to manage protein, it's meant to manage amino acids, it actually creates a lot of irritation and inflammation. And in that part of the stomach, we have cells called junctions. They're meant to be tight, really tight together like this. And when that area gets irritated and we have inflammation, the junctions come apart a little bit. They come apart enough for that protein that should be an amino acid to pass through the small intestine right into our bloodstream. And that is what leaky gut syndrome is. And now when you have a protein there, you're not supposed to have proteins in your blood. So your immune system freaks out and sends the attack team. And this is where we start to get representation of autoimmune disorders like eczema on our skin, maybe, or issues with our thyroid. So very, very important. Terrazyme is really cool because it helps to break down foods. The older we get, the less enzymes we produce. So we need to get them from an exterior place, right? Foods that are processed and cooked lose a lot of the natural enzymes. You know, vegetables have enzymes on them, but if you cook that food, you kill a lot of the enzymes. So taking a whole food enzyme is going to help to break down those foods into the smallest particles like they're meant to be so that it doesn't irritate that lining. So it's going to really help with this intestinal permeability. Okay. Now, the other thing we hear about is gut health. And, you know, you get little bits and pieces of it till eventually you get the whole story. So I'll just recap a little bit of what makes the most sense to me with gut health. So in our bodies, we have between 3 pounds and 6 pounds of bacteria, friendly bacteria. Well, it's supposed to be friendly. That is the equivalent of how much our brain weighs. So these little bugs, billions of little bugs in our body, they have a lot of power to determine our health. You know, are we healthy or are we leaning in the other direction? Now, these bugs, we basically are keeping them alive based on what we feed them. And we want the healthy bugs to be alive, right? So we want to feed the healthy bugs what they like. And that is cruciferous vegetables, it's broccoli, it's cauliflower, it is cabbage. And if we want to feed the bad bugs, we drink alcohol and we eat sugar and carbohydrates and processed foods. So that can just give you a good idea of what signals you're sending your body and what kind of health you're determining based on what you're eating. So if you are wanting to take care of your healthy bacteria, you cut out the processed foods, the sugar, the alcohol, and that will help to keep the bad bacteria or the yeast from getting really strong. And if we eat the good stuff, it'll keep the bacteria that we want healthy to get stronger and proliferate, right? So one way we can help ourselves out is by introducing more probiotics to our system, and that's what PB Assist does. PB Assist is a supplement that it's actually like a duo cap. If you're familiar with our turmeric supplement, it's very similar to that in engineering. So there's an exterior capsule, and that has prebiotic in it, and that has that healthy food in it for the probiotic, that good stuff. You know, it's made out of what are called oligosaccharides, and that's a type of carbohydrate that the probiotics like to eat. And on the inside, in the little green capsule inside, is your probiotic. So this capsule is built so that it bypasses that really strong acid in our stomach, and it digests in our small and large intestine where we need that good healthy bacteria. So this can really help to balance that out, and keeping in mind that our stomach, our digestive system, that's where our immune system is. 85 to 90% of our immune system exists there. And probiotics help to manage your immune system. Another thing that's important about your gut is serotonin production. Two major things can be affected when you have a dysbiosis or an imbalance in your gut bacteria or with that intestinal permeability. So these are two super important supplements, like non-negotiable, gotta have them. And then the PB Assist Junior is similar to our PB Assist for adults, except for it's in a little sachet. It basically is like a pixie stick. It's super yummy. It's watermelon, strawberry flavored. You can put it in smoothies or in yogurt, but your kids will probably just want to eat it right out of the little packet. Super yummy. Okay, so the next thing that we really need to talk about, and I don't know which one I would put first, Terrazyme and PB Assist or the Lifelong Vitality. They're both super, super important. The Lifelong Vitality consists of, for adults, the Microplex VMZ, the XE Omega, and the Alpha CRS. So your VMZ is your vitamins and minerals, and it's basically your multivitamin, but it's from whole food sources. If you look at the ingredients list, you're going to find broccoli and Brussels sprouts and spinach and all the green stuff that I don't even know if I could eat that many greens in one day. I could try, and it might be yummy, but I don't know if you could do it every day. So this also has our tummy tamer blend in it, which is basically Digest-Zen. And what's great about that is it helps you to metabolize and digest the supplement. I know a lot of supplements that you can get at like the drugstore or the grocery store, they often are synthetic and very, very difficult to digest, which can cause nausea. If you've ever taken synthetic supplements on an empty stomach and had to pull over while you were driving to throw up, that's never happened to me. Then you know that there's just something about them that doesn't jive with your body. Your body does not know what to do with that. But whole food ingredients are very digestible, very recognizable, and your body knows what to do with that. So then we have the XE Omega, and that has your healthy fats in it. Healthy fats, omega-3s are important for brain health, joint health, skin, hair, and nail health. One of the most important things with this supplement is it can clear up brain fog and help with focus. This supplement also has 9 essential oils in it, including frankincense and clove being the strongest antioxidant on the planet. And it's an amazing supplement for just clearing your mind and pain and inflammation in the body as well. And then Alpha CRS is a supplement that is put together to really help with cellular health. The ingredients in it are strong antioxidants, strong anti-inflammatories. I had my blood work done recently by an amazing functional medicine doctor, and we looked for the markers of inflammation in my body, and it's like non-existent. And I showed him the supplements that I've been taking, and he pointed to the Alpha CRS, and he's like, this is why you don't have inflammation in your body. So I got to tell you guys, like, it's really important to take care of your gut health, but you have a lot of other organs and a lot of other things going on in your body that need to be addressed as well. And to Katrina's point earlier, the soil is over farmed, and the produce that we get at our grocery store is nothing compared to the produce that our grandparents and great grandparents ate that was grown in their backyard. We are missing nutrients. You could eat the cleanest diet and you will still be missing nutrients and need to fill those gaps. Essential vitamins are essential to life. They're not just like, it'd be nice to have them. Like, you need them. And when they say that they're essential, it means that our body doesn't produce it and we need to get it from an external source. And then if the produce at the grocery store doesn't have it, then where are we getting it? And that's the important question that you want to ask yourself. I mean, factor it into your grocery bill. This is nutrition. This is what sustains us. So that's all I have to say about that. I don't know who's next, but I'm passing the mic.
It's me. I just am trying to remove there we go. I love listening to you, Liz. I swear every time you speak, I learn something new. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. Hi, guys. I didn't introduce myself the first time around, so I will do that just in case you haven't met me yet. My name is Katrina Potter, and I am a speech language pathologist, and then furthered my education just recently into holistic life coaching. And I'm really loving understanding more about emotions and how that can play an impact in the body and create an impact on physical health as well. And to that point, what I want to talk about next is the concept of cleansing. And I think it's important when we're looking at our emotions and cleansing out whatever is stagnant in the body, and then also cleansing out our organs. I don't know if you've heard the statistic, but the average woman consumes 5 pounds of toxins in her skincare routine alone over the course of a year. Now think about skincare. That's, your makeup, maybe your lotions, shampoo, conditioner, those types of things are really important to be aware of what impact it plays on the body. When those chemicals go into our body, it's kind of like the good kid on the playground and the bad kid on the playground. The bully are the chemicals that are found in all of these synthetic products. And when they go into the body, it's like the bully is pushing the good kid around. The hormones in our body are just, everything in our body doesn't know how to respond accurately. We're exposed to more toxins in one day than our ancestors were in their entire lifetime. So and I think Liz was just talking about that, when we're not doing things to cleanse out our body, our detox organs are inundated with all of these chemicals. And if you think about our bodies from the standpoint of a car, we routinely maintain our car. We routinely change the oil of our car. And then when we think about our body, we don't do that. We don't put in the best fuel that we possibly could. And this is the body that we have our entire life. This is what we have. So why aren't we doing everything that we can to best support those detox organs, best support our body in general, and really try to boost the nutrients, boost the supplementation, and then do things to cleanse out. So I know for me that was a newer concept, but when we're looking at these next supplements, these are great to have on hand to give your body a little extra support with detoxing. So Zendocrine comes in a capsule, like the dried capsule version, and then also the oil version. I think these are both great to combine together, overall helping your body to detox, helping your detox and your filtering organs to flush out. And so this is something that I suggest to do routinely, whether it's quarterly or, as you're feeling like needing it. This is also something, if you are knowing that you're around more chemicals, great to add into your routine. So whether you take it for, like it shows here, for a 30-day cycle to help cleanse out, and you do that, periodically or quarterly, I think it is phenomenal. And then the other thing that you can do to cleanse your body is consuming a citrus oil. I try to consume about 10 to 20 drops of a citrus oil throughout the course of the day. Now, just remembering, you want to make sure it goes in a glass cup. But the reason being is, when we were talking about that bully on the playground that's in our body, when we're drinking lemon or drinking a citrus, is helping to flush that out, kicking the bully off of the playground so that our body can do what it's designed to do without that hindrance. So for your hormones, that was one of the things for me, was hormone level between the lifelong vitality and the phytoestrogen, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. Those two were phenomenal. And then to stay on track, continuing to take those and then consuming a lemon has been phenomenal for my own journey. And then the last two things that we will that I will share are when it comes to ways to support pain and management structurally in the body. So if you are already taking the lifelong vitality, what you'll have probably noticed is that overall, like Liz was sharing, less inflammation in the body because of that alpha CRS. Deep blue polyphenols and the turmeric dual capsules are another way to really support your bones, your joints, and help to pull out inflammation. Frankincense is in the deep blue polyphenols. So it's designed to overall help. I think of this as like the natural version of ibuprofen, essentially. Phenomenal for pain, and great to retrain your body to go to something natural when you are experiencing more pain. And then the turmeric, what's cool about this is if you've heard of the benefits of taking a turmeric capsule or a turmeric supplement, what's cool is you have both the oil and the supplement, and we can talk more about it in the question and answer, because I am not the science person, and there are some women on here that is their area. So we can talk about it more, but both are awesome to take. as you're trying to overall reduce the inflammation in your body and you're more aware of what that can do, these are great to add in. And then one of the things that often comes up is, well, if I'm using deep blue oil, do I still need to be using the polyphenols? And the answer is yes, because they're completely separate things. They have the same name because they're designed to focus on deep focus for areas of pain structurally, but they do completely different things. So deep blue oil, group of oils that helps to repair the tissue. Deep blue polyphenols is more of your supplements that are going to really help to pull out inflammation in the body. So I will now pass the time over to Sarah, who's going to share more around mood and rest.
Thanks, Katrina. That was great. I think one of the things to remember, because I'm going to talk about a couple of supplements too that are also in oil form as a blend. The thing to remember is that there are distinctions between the oil blends themselves and the supplements to be aware of. And I'm going to talk about a couple of those things. And so that was a really good point about the deep blue polyphenol complex. So my name is Sarah King. For those of you that I haven't gotten a chance to meet or introduce myself, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So I like talking about all things emotional health and wellness. One of the most common things I get talked to about, obviously, is how to find some balance to emotions, particularly stress, tension, and anxiety. I also get a lot of conversations about sleep and sleep hygiene. So I'm going to talk about two supplements that really are effective for that. And the first is the adaptive calming blend capsules. Now, we've talked about the adaptive oil. We talked about that you can get a combination of the capsules and the roller bottle and the oil all together. So we're going to dive into the specifics about the capsules. So think of the adaptive capsules as a way to manage the everyday effects of tension, anxious feelings, uneasiness, and worry. This is a great one to use on days that you may need to focus or you may be going into big presentations and need that extra added support. It helps empower you when adapting to new situations or surroundings, supports cognitive functioning and emotional balance. Now, this capsule contains lavender, coriander, wild orange, fennel. I'm going to butcher saying this. Liz can say it much better than I can. Silicium, I believe it said. But the biggest focus that I have that I really want to emphasize with these capsules is it contains GABA. Now, coming from having worked in the mental health field for so long, GABA is something that is naturally looked for by psychiatrists to assist people with managing their feelings of anxiousness and stress and tension. And it's often found in different medications that are synthetic medications that have a lot of side effects. So one of the great things about the adaptive capsules is that it has this GABA, which is a naturally occurring amino acid without all of the other synthetics that go with it in other medications. And this amino acid, it works as a neurotransmitter, and it signals the brain to decrease activity in your nervous system. So if you're someone that experiences rapid thoughts or difficulty with calming yourself, even with deep breathing or other types of meditative exercises, this added GABA, which isn't in the oil, but is in the capsule, can really help to take a stab at making sure that you can feel more easy. Now, the next one that you'll see here pictured is the Serenity Restful Blend capsules. And Serenity oil was one of my gateway oils. I will promote that up, down, and left and right because I had struggled with sleep so much so. And I keep it on my nightstand every night, and it makes such a great impact, the oil itself, on my life. But one of the wonderful things about the capsule, let's start with Serenity. It promotes relaxation and sleep. It's restful. It's called a restful blend for that reason. And sleep is one of the most common things that I talk to people about when I try to talk about trying to find natural and holistic ways to manage your health. Sleep impacts so many of our other functioning, capabilities, our clarity, whether or not we're foggy, making good decisions, not being reactive when emotional situations are escalated. So 33% of Americans don't get the recommended amount of sleep at night. And so good sleep hygiene is really important. Being able to go to bed and get up at the same time. Our clocks our circadian rhythm is meant to be consistent and regular. So going to bed and getting up at the same time every day, having a dark room, consider taking a really a hot shower to loosen your muscles and relax those muscles before bed. Don't use your bed to watch a lot of TV, or turn off your devices about an hour before bed so that that blue light doesn't impact and activate your brain in that way. So there's good sleep hygiene practices in that as well. So what Serenity soft gels contain is, and again, I'm going to butcher the name of it, so I apologize, but it's L-theanine, and this is an amino acid that's not produced naturally in our bodies, but it relieves anxious symptoms. It increases activities in the alpha frequency band. And what's really interesting about that is that what that indicates is that this component that's added into the Serenity soft gels, that's not in the essential oil itself, the blend itself, actually helps to relax the brain. It's been shown to scientifically relax the brain. So it's really exciting to see that in combination, and I'm going to throw another one into the mix. That in combination with the Copaiba soft gels at night, game changer to help your sleeping patterns. It relaxes your nervous system. It calms those rapid thoughts. It eases feelings of worries, and it really helps with a better, more restful sleep. The last thing I'm going to talk about is another really common thing that I hear about, and I think Liz really touched a lot on things that in incorporating things into your routine in nutrients that you need in order to naturally increase your energy. But there's a need. Oftentimes we're run down, we have a lot of priorities, there's a lot of pressures, we're working multiple jobs, trying to do different things, running a household. And so energy levels is absolutely something that I oftentimes talk to folks about. And so again, the lifelong vitality, incorporating that great nutrient supplement into your routine helps with naturally boosting your energy as you're detoxifying your body, but adding the nutrients that can be absorbed into your system. A great complement to that is Mitotamax. Mitotamax is an energy and stamina complex. And so Mitotamax actually contains metabolic cofactors that support healthy cellular energy and production. So as we age, our mitochondrial function naturally becomes less efficient. So the mitochondria, if you remember science class back in the day, the mitochondria is in each cell, and it's the energy of the cell. And so what Mitotamax does is it helps to complement that energetic production and helps you have more energy and feel more energetic, I guess is the best way of saying that. One of the things that I really promote Mitotamax for too is when we think about incurring a lot of stress in our life. What happens when we experience stress is that cortisol is produced in our bodies. And that cortisol over time can impact our adrenals in a way where, our adrenals actually assist with producing melatonin that helps us sleep, helps us feel more relaxed, helps us rest overall. And so Mitotamax, what that does is it assists with the supporting that adrenal function. So if you've experienced some chronic stress and you're feeling low energy and run down constantly, your body has been hyper producing this cortisol chemical that has then kind of shut your adrenals down from making some of the natural chemicals to help you feel more rested. So Mitotamax supports those adrenals to assist with getting their functioning back on a level where they're helpful to you. It supports the mitochondrial function. It supports stamina, and naturally without the harmful stimulants of like caffeines and monster drinks and things like that. One of the things that I absolutely adore about Mitotamax is that it improves my mental energy. So I feel like overall, I feel like it really has helped me gain more consistency in my ability to stay focused and concentrated on the things that I need to throughout the day. So now remember, energy is impacted by the nutrients that we take in. It is impacted by our sleep routines and our sleep habits. It's impacted by our emotional stability. So all of those things together, in combination with adding something that helps that mitochondrial function, can be a game changer when it comes to your energy level and how you feel overall. Now I'm going to pass the torch. Thank you.
Hey everyone, can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Good, okay. I have my Bluetooth things and I just want to make sure I paired them right. Hi everyone, I am Carrie Ruff. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate. I actually went to school for business and I've been intrigued to own my own business, preferably an MLM company. And when I was introduced to doTERRA and figured out that I could help balance the mind and body with doTERRA for not only myself, but my family, that really intrigued me. Since I recently became a Reiki master teacher, so now I'm able to incorporate that with my practice and really help balance the mind, body, soul, and spiritual sense of our body. So that's where I'm at with my business. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys tonight. Now let me just move my screen a little bit so I know where I am. So I am going to talk about the Yarrow Palm capsules. Many of you, or probably all of you that are here tonight, have recently heard about our BOGO that we had with the Yarrow Palm. We do have the Yarrow Palm, so that is a mixture of yarrow and pomegranate. We have the oil, we also have a body serum, but specifically tonight we are going to be talking about the capsules. So here the difference is instead of using these a yarrow palm topically, we can work from the inside out, kind of very similar to what we can do with the deep blue polyphenols. So here the difference is going to be there's an additive. We have added in celery seed, frankincense, palmarosa, turmeric, melissa, and all of those are going to help with the benefits for the skin. So from the inside out, we are going to be helping with cellular function here. So we've mentioned that on several occasions tonight. It can improve the skin firmness and reduce skin imperfection. So this is really going to help with, sorry about that, getting that glow. So, you know, a lot of people mention that when they're pregnant, just getting that glow overall. Sorry, let me turn down my phone here. It illuminates and brightens the complexion, provides powerful antioxidant support. So not only getting that topically is that great from an outside skin perfection, but getting that from the inside, that's going to help the cells from the inside. Taking these internally, these are going to be great for metabolic, supporting the metabolic function as well. And they are vegan friendly. So here, the vitamin C and grapeseed within these are very vital for the collagen synthesis within our skin. So guys, these are a huge powerhouse for all things skin from the inside out. All right, now let's move on to the hormone health. This is a bit bigger here. As we know, hormones control everything in a woman's body. And whenever there's a hormone imbalance, there's going to be emotional imbalances because they just go hand in hand. So here pictured, we've got three things. This is the women's health kit. You can get that as like a part of your LRP. They can come together as a 3-pack, or they can come in separately. Getting them all together, doTERRA provides these to help women through the menstrual cycle and also help diminish normal symptoms of menopause. So this is really from teenagers all the way up through the middle and later years of our life. Specifically, Clary Calm oil. This is a roller bottle. This is our monthly blend for women. This is a natural way to balance and regain composure throughout the month when we're just having those emotional or hormonal imbalances. This blend is a calming aroma, that helps center you when life is derailing your day. It's a floral and feminine aroma, which is really great because that's going to help uplift our emotions, uplift our confidence when we're just kind of feeling down about, you know, always having that thing coming every month. They contribute to a nurturing massage. So with that, you can roll it up and down your spine during that time of the month, or you can roll it on your abdomen. This is going to be great for helping with cramps as well. it's going to provide a cooling and soothing to the skin. So if you are having a hot flash, or maybe it's just, you just need that additional cooling sensation. Am I skipping or am I good? It just looked like I was skipping. Am I good now?
You're good.
Okay, I don't know what you guys missed out, but I'm just going to keep rolling with this. So this is going to be cooling on the skin, whether you're having a hot flash or you just need some of that cooling, so you can rub it on the back of your neck, on your abdomen, really wherever you want that cooling sensation, but typically on the back of the neck. That's going to be a great place there. On your temples too, or on the bottoms of your feet. These little earphones are coming out. I'm just a hot mess right now. Oh, the nice thing with Clary Calm is this is one of the oils that you can pair with a heating pad, which is really nice to rub on your lower abdomen and then put on that hot pack. So then you can really add some power with soothing the cramps. And the reason why I say that is because there's oils like, for instance, deep blue. You don't want to be applying that to your skin and then using a hot pack thereafter. Next, we have the Bone Nutrient Essential Complex. So this is going to be a powerhouse for your vitamin Ds, and we all know what vitamin D does to our bone health, right? So this is a blend of vitamins and minerals that are essential for bone health. This is great for women beginning in adolescence, continuing through menopause, because this is a huge factor within this wonderful thing that we have that differentiate us from the rest of humanity. These are going to provide optimal levels of, oh, I already said that, so sorry. So this is going to help with the bone mass and the density of the bone. That's the key difference there. Providing excellent source of calcium and that magnesium. Now, what I love about this, and I'm going to say this about all of the supplements, but I'm, of course, specifically talking here, this is a formula of the highest quality of bone nutrients in bioavailable forms. And I say that with all of our supplements, we have highest quality and bioavailability. And what that means is that's absorbing right directly into the body. So what you're taking into your body, you know for sure that your body is utilizing that, versus, for instance, if we go to the store, like we were talking about earlier, and you're taking vitamins and you're not feeling that difference, it's because your body you're not getting that. They're not bioavailable to you. These contain vitamins D2 and D3, which help bones absorb the calcium, which is really different from most calcium supplements that we take. And lastly, the phytoestrogen essential complex. This is huge. This is very, very huge. This has been a game changer to so many of us wellness advocates and customers that have seen hormonal imbalances. Great for those who have had littles or maybe trying to have littles, before, after, all of the things. So beginning as a young adult, almost every function in the woman's body is controlled by hormones. That's just how that it is. A balance of normal hormone levels will influence a woman's good health and emotional well-being from her early teens in transitioning through menopause. This complex is a blend of standardized plant phytoestrogens that help hormone balance gently and naturally. So this is going to be different with, I see many, many women who are on birth control, not to prevent or control that, but because to balance those hormones. And the side effects of being on birth control are outweighing that imbalance in the first place. And not only that, but we're not focusing on that root cause, right? So here, this is going to be helping support that imbalance of hormones gently and naturally. Providing, of course, the phytoestrogens. We provide phytoestrogens that help balance and support normal hormone levels. Providing nutritional support for managing estrogen metabolism. So again, this is the type of stuff that birth control isn't providing to our bodies, or if it is, it's doing that in the synthetic agents, so we're getting those side effects. Helping minimize the uncomfortable symptoms of PMS through the transition through menopause. So again, all the way from teens through menopause. This too is helping additional support of healthy bones, healthy heart, breast tissue, and other body structures and functions as the woman ages. And again, that's another thing that birth control isn't doing for us, right? Including a potent soy extract that is scientifically substantiated to provide health benefits in women. It also contains flaxseed extract, which is helpful in managing estrogen metabolism. So like Sarah was saying, this is going down to the cellular level, guys. Formulated with a standardized pomegranate extract, providing powerful antioxidant support. So we have a lot of factors going into all of these capsules. They are all made with vegan, vegetarian capsules. So for those who are vegan, you're not having any form of allergic reaction or irritation there as well. I suggest taking all three of these all together because, I mean, it's hormones. We can't really mess with hormones because we're going to be outbeat all times, every single time when we try to mess with hormones. So if we're using all three of these factors together throughout the month and on a daily regimen with those two supplements, that's when we are going to see the utmost shift in our hormonal health. And I'm either going to pass the mic or I can talk about the wellness box. You guys want me to talk about the wellness box? So here we have this daily habits kit. We actually have as an enrollment kit, but we can have it, you can add it to your LRP as well. So if you guys do not know about what LRP is, let me just touch base with that. This is the Loyalty Rewards Program. When you are on this program, it is not in any way, shape, or form mandatory by being a wholesale customer. This is just an additional benefit for you. It just makes sense because when you're ordering, you might as well get free points so then you can get free products, right? So within this program, you can get a free oil of the month, you can get free oil credits, and you can get free shipping credits. So every single time you're placing an order, what you are spending on the shipping, you're also getting back in free points. So that's really nice there. You can see what's here in this daily habits kit. This is really the foundation of your lifestyle. The lifelong vitality and the PB assist and Terrazyme, as Liz has explained before, it's really hard to differentiate which is more important because they really go hand in hand. Gut health is absolutely key there. So it's just figuring out, this is the foundation here. This is a non-negotiable, what you should be taking. And then the rest of what we talked about tonight, from the skin to the energy to the hormone health, those are additional things that you can be taking throughout the day. Now, I need to be also adding in here, oftentimes I have heard from newbies that, wow, that's a lot of supplements that I'm going to be taking in. As Katrina had mentioned in the beginning of this call, that is the difference with proactive healthcare versus reactive healthcare. So just remember that we're all going to be taking pills at some point in time in our life, so we might as well be proactive with that and live a long life of getting that higher quality of life and having more energy and having, you know, more stamina, more mental clarity, and so on and so forth, and making sure that all of our organs and our cells are working properly so we can just feel that longevity within our bodies. And down below, we can see that our wish list, those are just some additional things that we have there that can, that are suggested to go with the things that we talked about tonight. Just a great wish list that Katrina had also mentioned before. And then all the way to the left of the document, we can see that there's a sample routine there. So that's going to be just an example of what you can be using on a daily basis. But that is, with tonight's class, this is a lot of information. This is a huge class for all of you. So the key thing is working with your wellness advocate to get on a daily routine that is going to work best for you. And that is something that you're going to remember during the time of the day that makes most sense for you and your health. So working with your wellness advocate is definitely key with these supplements for sure. And I don't know if I'm passing the mic or what's going on here.
I love this. We're just flying with it. And now we're going to have, so in wrapping up, that was wonderful, ladies. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. And I think, you know, it's just awesome to hear everyone's brilliance because everyone has so much to offer. So thank you. what we would also like to do is share a couple other things that are on our hearts for supporting your nutrients and supplements, and also have some time for testimonies. So Liz is going to share a little bit of knowledge around some of the new products with the protein and the greens. So I will pass it over to her, and then we'll do some testimonies. So be thinking of what testimonies do you have around supplements.
Thanks, Katrina. We have 3 new products, well, really 5, but a protein product, we have a greens product that's brand new, and a fiber product that's brand new. In the protein area, we have 2 that are based with a whey protein. One is vanilla and one is chocolate. And I've tried both of them, even though I don't do dairy. I had to try them anyway, and they're delicious. They are 21 grams of protein, which is an improvement over our protein that we used to have, which was only like, I want to say 7 grams. Yeah, it was low. It was super, super low. So this is a really cool addition to our product line, and it's keto friendly for anybody who is paying attention to their carb intake. So really, really cool product, you guys. And we have a vegan version of it that is vanilla flavored. And again, if you were using the V-Shake before, this is more than double the protein, and it's quite tasty. Again, also like perfectly fine for a keto diet. This is something that I like to incorporate into my morning when I don't have a lot of time. It's an awesome amount of protein and keeps you full well into lunchtime. And I really think it tastes amazing, which is hard to come by with a good product. So there's that. And then we have greens. You might be familiar with the Terra greens. This is like a new and improved version of our greens. And it's loaded with all those leafy green veggies that we need to get more of in our diets. The flavor is lemon ginger. So it has our CPTG lemon essential oil. And oh, I'm sorry, no, it's lemon apple. I don't know which comes first. So it does have our CPTG lemon in it. And greens, you guys, they're amazing for cleansing the body, full of phytonutrients for fighting cancer and antioxidants. Greens are amazing to have in your diet, and we often don't get enough of it. So this is a yummy product. You could just throw a scoop of it in your smoothie if you feel like it, but it's tasty just in water. It really is. And then there's the fiber, which is also very tasty, which you wouldn't expect it to be. I remember growing up, my mother would have like a 16-ounce cup of water before going to bed at night. And I don't know what you call it, like fiber something. Metamucil, thank you. Not to throw any brands under the bus. But I don't even know why she would use that much water. Like, and then I would watch her chug it down. And I didn't understand. I just didn't understand why you would drink something disgusting and then go to bed. Our product's really yummy. And I also don't want to be like chugging fiber all morning. So I do like 10 ounces of water and 1 scoop of it. And it's really tasty. Again, you could just throw it in your smoothie if you want to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Just throw it all in the blender. But this is great if you have motility issues with your digestive system. So I have a client who is basically constipated all the time, and we've used different products, tried magnesium and flaxseed and vitamin C, like a combination of those three things together, and it works really well for her, but she has to be really diligent with it. And I sent her a sample of the fiber, and immediately she sent me the dancing lady emoji, which is hilarious. We talk about poop all the time. But she's like, I think this is it. This is the one. So if you have any sort of constipation, you guys, if you're not going once a day, you're not cool. So I'm just saying, if you are not going once a day, those toxins, they sit in your large intestine, and they go back into your bloodstream. Like the solid waste stays there, but all that work that your kidney and your liver did to extract those toxins, it's just passing back into your blood, and your kidney and your liver, your kidneys, hopefully you have two, and your liver have to do all that work all over again. So you got to go every day. And honestly, if your system's working properly, you should be going after every meal. And I know that sounds crazy and nobody wants to be pooping that much, but that's life. Like, you put food in, something comes out the other end. It's how it works. So just think about that. If you're not going once a day, or if it's hard to go when you do go, you're constipated. You are textbook constipated, and you want to mitigate that somehow. And fiber is a really good start, not to mention Digestin and Terrazyme and PBSS and Lifelong Vitality. But if you need to just pick one, and that would be a good one to start with.
I'm going to piggyback on that because I have often have conversations about poop with my clients too. And for emotional health, it's really significant. So what Liz is talking about, that holding on to that and holding on to those toxins that's to your body are, 90% of our serotonin is produced in our gut. So when you think about the hormone production that impacts our emotional wellness and overall well-being, we're talking about a consistent stress on that system from our gut. And so without having that process flowing, you're going to see uneven, unbalanced, or one extreme to another types of emotions that you're going to experience. So getting that gut health in check is really vital to not only your physical health overall, because the strain that it causes on your body physically, but also for your emotional health.
Yeah, good call.
I just caught my face in like a totally disgusted look. You guys are talking, I'm like, oh, gross. Go ahead, Carrie.
Yeah, I'll share a testimony. Obviously, I have a testimony for every product that we talked about tonight, but I am going to start with the newer products because those who are tuning in every once, they've probably heard my testimonies from other ones. So I'm going to talk, I got a few things to say really, really quick. So those that are on the go, if you're going to an office or just whichever the case may be, they sell handheld mixers on Amazon. They're like $12. And I try to drink a lot of water a day anyway. I mix all three of our nutrition line, the greens, the fiber, and the protein, just with water. And so therefore, those are, if you want to do them separately, those are 3 glasses of water that you could drink throughout the day that you just add those in if you want to do them separately or however you want to do it, but that's just an option. Now, I've had these products in my house for like a week or more now, and my husband just tried them this morning. Why? I don't know. The last week's been a little different, but so he tried the greens and the fiber this morning, and he wouldn't stop talking about it for about half an hour. And I kid you not, I was to the point where I was, are you okay? Like, it's just fiber and greens. Like, he wouldn't stop about them, saying that how light and clean they are. They're just very sweet and tasteful. He kept trying to explain something about ice cream when it's melted in the bottom of the bowl. I don't know. He was going on and on. And then he had the protein later on in the day before he was going to work out. And this is the huge thing, because this man has been working out in a gym since he was in high school, and he's turning 40 this year. So it's been a while. He has tried all types of proteins, from plant-based to whey to all types of brands and GNC and all the things. He tasted this protein just with water, and he said, oh my God, I need to be promoting the hell out of this, and I need to contact the gym that I used to be in and get this in there. He said he doesn't even want to finish the rest of his protein that's very expensive, and it is plant-based as well, that we had bought a while ago, because he just wants to be using this. That's how good that is to him. And this man has tried a lot of proteins in his day. So that right there packs a punch with that testimony to me. He said it tastes, what did he say? Like a mocha. I'm trying to remember what he said. Something about a mocha coffee, or I don't know. He had said so many analogies today that I kind of lost it. I'll get that for a testimony for you from him. But if any of you want to hear it, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to share. But that was a pretty powerful testimony for me, with his opinion and all of the things that he's tried. So
I love it. Cool. Thanks for sharing. For those of you that are joining us, Connie, Sarah, anyone else want to share a testimony, Cynthia, on any of the supplements, or anyone else that's on want to share a testimony as we're wrapping up?
I'll share.
Okay.
First, I'm going to start saying it's never too late to make lifestyle changes that can improve your health. One of the biggest things you have to do is focus on prevention, and for certain, be your own self-advocate. Dennis and I, about 5 years ago, made some lifestyle changes that really affected us, and added the supplements. I've always taken supplements, but we added the Lifelong Vitality. And I know when I don't take it, I mean, it for sure increases my energy, it decreases pain, it no doubt, it strengthens my immunity. And mental focus is incredible, along with frankincense. So I can't say enough about Lifelong Vitality. And again, focusing on prevention and being your own self-advocate.
I love it, Connie. Cool. Anyone else feeling called to share a testimony on any of the things that we talked about? Go ahead, Liz.
So I know that the DDR prime wasn't mentioned today, but we did talk about it last week in the oils for every age. So it's actually why I have this testimonial, because Brittany brought it up last week that she uses it with some of her massage clients who have pain. And I paired it recently with turmeric for period cramp pain. Now I get insane cramps every month for about just the first 2 days. And while I do use things like Copaiba and Deep Blue, and topically and internally, both Copaiba and the Deep Blue, trying to think what other things I've tried. I've tried everything I possibly can for natural mitigation, and sometimes the pain's just so great, and I have work to do. Like, I have things that need to happen. So despite knowing that it's not great for my body, I'll take ibuprofen now and again. And I woke up the other day and it was so god awful that I asked Tom to go make me or cut up some apples for me so I could take the ibuprofen, because I didn't want to take it on an empty stomach. And as I'm lying there in bed with a heating pad on, I had DDR prime and the turmeric duo caps in the bedroom, and they were like half a step away from the bed. So I leaned out as far as I could and I grabbed them, and I took 1 turmeric and 2 DDR prime, and I got my apples. And by the time I was done eating my apples, I didn't really have hardly any pain at all anymore. And I was like, this is great. I'm just gonna do the heating pad and wait till it comes back, because inevitably it always does. And it did. And I just took turmeric and DDR prime the whole day, when sometimes when it gets really bad, I might have to take 400 milligrams of ibuprofen like every 8 hours. And I'm watching the clock like, can I take it again? Because the pain's back. So with the essential oils, you're not going to wear out your liver. You're not going to wear out your stomach. You're not going to have an ulcer from taking essential oils. So I'm super pumped that I discovered this. This is literally life-changing for me. And then I have to say too, because it's like a similar situation, the peppermint soft gels are another thing that has been a huge impact for me. I was experiencing extreme pain in my lower right abdomen for years, and it took a lot of discovery on my end to figure out it was certain foods were causing it. And in the meantime, when I didn't know what was causing it, I would still have this pain. And when we came out with the peppermint soft gels, it was the only natural solution that took the pain away. And just so you know too, those don't dissolve until they get down into your lower GI system. So your small intestine, they bypass the gastric juices of the stomach also. So 2 things. try DDR prime for pain and add in turmeric if you think you might need an extra punch. And then if you have pain that is coming from your digestive system and it's lower than your stomach, give that peppermint enteric coated soft gel a try and see if it helps. I mean, pain is legit the worst. It is, you can't think through it. It's difficult to connect with people when you're in pain because you can't think about anything but that pain. It's horrible. So there are solutions that are natural, and I encourage you to try them.
Cool. Thanks, Liz.
Mhm.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. This was super informative. I know I'm taking away new information that I learned. So hopefully this gives you a better understanding of the different supplements and ways that you can incorporate them into your life. And as always, we encourage you to reach out to the person that you're involved with doTERRA to further discuss what routine would make the most sense for you, and just keep trying new things. I think it's a constant journey. And like Connie said, it's never too late to try something new. We can always plug a drain that is exhausting or reducing the energy in our body and again, and then crowd it out with something that is going to increase the energy. So I'm excited to hear testimonies. Feel free to comment on the video thread in the Life Fuel Community Education Group if there's something that you wanted to share and didn't have a chance to tonight. And we will wrap up and join you next week for the next part of our 8-week series. Have a great night, everyone.